Guys, let's just say your dryer doesn't turn on. What are you going to do? I'm going to give you a few simple things you can check, and then, then maybe you need to call the appliance repair guy. But let's go over a few of these things real quick that you can check and easily replace with just something maybe you can order on Amazon. Alright, we've got a Whirlpool dryer, but most all dryers are going to be the same. The number one thing that you're going to want to check is just this safety switch. Kind of make sure your door is shut. If you can't physically hear that click, then you know you got a problem. Your other issue may be, it could just be bad. And if you open up the lid, you can check continuity on that with your meter. The next thing you're going to want to check is if that seems like it's working on the back, we got to take off this back cover. You're going to want to disconnect your vent pipe, get it cleaned out. You know, you should be doing that about once a quarter, maybe once a month anyway. But sometimes if you get too much stuff clogged in there, your dryer can get too hot, and you can blow this fusible link in there, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. But you just take off all the screws on the back of your dryer, and we're going to go ahead and get into the back of our dryer. Always unplug it first. There's some juice going in the back there, so you want to make sure you got it unplugged. Give me a second and I'll show you the inside. I just want to say one more thing. On the bottom lip here, you got to kind of slide that in and then push it forward. So you slide this bottom lip in here and then kind of push it on. So if you're having a little bit of issue getting this on and off, it's because there is a bottom lip on there. So just make sure you slide it in. Once you get it off, look at it, understand how it goes in and out, and that's going to help you out a lot. All right, so once you get the back of it off, there's not much in there. There's, you know, where you hook up your cord. Then we're going to go down. You got your heating element that's inside this unit right here. And you got your exhaust element right here, right? So then your lint filter comes through here and then goes out your vent. Now, down here, there's a little thermostat that kind of turns on your heat, turns off your heat, and then you see that thing right there. That is a fuse. It's a heat fuse or a thermal link. So if your vent gets too hot, you see how it's sitting inside your vent right here? See that? It goes in here. If that senses too much heat, guess what it's going to do? It's going to melt, and it's going to break the contact and not allow your dryer to start. So if you press the button, it just seems like it's not getting any power. Well, that's exactly right. It's not getting any power because the two wires that are connected on there, it's fused and it melted because it got too hot. Now what happened in my case was we were doing some cleaning. We pulled, oddly enough, we pulled the dryer out. We didn't clean out the vent though. We didn't clean it out. We just cleaned out from underneath the dryer, and then we put it back in. And when I put it back in, it messed up the hose, and it ended up catching a lot of lint inside this joint right here, and it overheated and it blew that link. And that's, I mean, praise the Lord that happened, because if that wouldn't have been in place, definitely could have started a fire. So that's why I say, hey, clean out your filters and make sure that you do that, you know, quarterly or monthly even. You know, you can not do it too much, you know, just to check it. We have an extremely long vent hose, so you know, the longer it is, the more you're going to want to clean it. You know, if it's just going right outside, maybe it's a little bit better. But this was an easy part. Thermal link, you find it on Amazon. Costs like $1. I mean, like $2. Okay, so it's an easy thing to replace, and you just replace it. It's one screw. Now let's say you wanted to test that. I just took these two. So obviously these two, let's see, these two wires just connect right onto it. You see, okay, one on each end. and you're good. So to test that, to test this feature, to see, I mean, obviously you could just take a meter and meter across here and see if you have continuity. But if you just carefully put these two together, make sure it's not touching any metal, okay? And then plug your dryer back in and then hit the start button. If it starts, well then you know your fuse is the issue. Unplug it, order it, and put it in. But it's as simple as that. Simple as that. Obviously we're going to grab one of those screws and screw it in there, but there we go. Fixed. And that's going to be one of your two problems. It's either going to be your switch or it's going to be this fusible link here. This thermal link, and it's that easy. If you got any other questions, I have replaced, if it turns on it doesn't spin, literally you can fix that as well. You're going to have to flip it down. You know, there's a belt on most of these, and the belt you can get them at an appliance store. So the dryer's more easily fixed than a washing machine. As you can see, if we wanted to, we could replace this heating element. You know, it's just a couple wires. If it doesn't seem to be heating properly, you got the heat center, the thermostat here, and then the switch, you know, for the exhaust. So you got a couple different switches in here that you could change. And you know, if this, you know, if you replaced your heating element and it continued to blow, like let's say you plugged it in and it blows again and you knew you had everything cleaned out, it could be your thermostat here. I'm calling it a thermostat, but your temperature sensor. And it's not turning the heating element off. So it's getting way too hot inside the dryer. And again, your thermal link is your safety switch. Any other questions? Just give me a holler and we'll see if we can break it down. This is a Whirlpool. I've had a lot of problems with Whirlpool, which is sad, but we bought all brand new stuff Whirlpool, you know, up in our kitchen, and we've already had an issue with the device itself, and they don't really offer any type of manufacturer warranty. So a lot of other places you can just buy it at Lowe's and you can get the manufacturer warranty. Whirlpool doesn't seem to do that. But my buddy has a Samsung and his fridge sucks too. So just got to go with whatever you're used to getting. Kenmore's not around anymore, so we just got to take our chances. All right.